Welcome, James, and thank you for joining me for this very special episode of Winging It, an RG Restaurants podcast. I'm super excited to have you here with me today to talk a bit about our 2030 launch event, as well as the impact these goals are going to have for our restaurants as we begin to bring them to life.
Nadine, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here on the podcast with you. I've been waiting for my invite. And it finally come. And it also come with the topic of talking about 2030, which is so close to our hearts here at the RG Restaurant Group and what we want to achieve over the next few years. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share with, I guess, all of your listeners, the members of the RG community, a little bit more about 2030 and what we hope to achieve together.
Before we jump into the ins and outs of the 2030 vision, I wanted to speak a little bit about the event that we all went to recently. And something that really resonated for me about this event was be the best people for our people. Obviously, that's the vision, that's where everything starts, and it kind of encapsulates the feeling you get working for this group and how we make an active effort to put our people first in all things we do. Can you talk to me a little bit about why this specifically became the overarching vision for this campaign?
Yeah, we spent a long time ideating and thinking about what we thought the best vision for us would be as an organisation. And we spent 12 months getting to meet and talk and workshop with people right across our organisation. Members like yourself from a restaurant community or a P&C community, members of our team member base, our above store team, our partners as well, like our external members of the RG community. And one thing that we knew we would come across, but it really come through during that 12-month sort of research phase, was that people was at the heart of what people believed we were about. And the overarching end vision to be the best people for our people was for us something that we wanted to resonate with all members of the RG community. I think it's going to mean something different to different people. I genuinely hope that it does actually. It might resonate differently to a team member than it does an RGM. But when I say resonate differently, I think the most exciting part for us when we were putting it together was when it means something different to different people, we're going to bring it to life in a different way as well. And we landed on the overall to be the best people for our people vision with that in mind.
No, I really love that. I love the idea that the statement can be used in every aspect of the business and people can take from it what they need in order to be the best for the people, right? I think it's something that, like I said, really resonated with me, but being at the event, you could see just how much it was connecting to the people that were in attendance. I was brought up in RG Restaurants on the idea that it's a people-first restaurant and a people-first business and a people-first idea for pretty much everything that we do. And it was great to see that come through in all the stuff that was included in the day.
That's really nice to hear, and I think the event almost spoke to the vision when we used the phrase, our people. And to be the best people for our people, the our might also resonate differently. You know, the our for myself is every single person that we get to interact with across our entire group, either in or outside of our organisation. The our for an area coach might be nurturing and mentoring their RGMs and their managers across their area. The our for maybe our development team, as well as our contractors and partners and suppliers. So when we spoke to be the best people for our people, it's more than internal as well. We're wanting to make sure that our growth and scale impacts both in and outside of the RG community.
RG Restaurants prides itself on being family-led. At our 2030 launch event, that was really evident in every aspect of the day. You could really feel the history that exists in the Retzos group. How do you think that strengthens us for what's to come?
I think, to your comment, Nadine, family is so core to us as an organisation. And it stems right back, 30 plus years ago when Chris and Susie opened their first KFC in Shepparton. We're a few years out from celebrating our 35th birthday. And I can truly say that family has continued to be along our cultural journey for the whole time. What started with two people in their restaurants caring for their team every single day was then dispersed to the managers of that team, and then it went to the second restaurant, the third restaurant. The area coach team started to embody that. And to today, I am really confident that for us, this passion and drive around family continues to be there. When we think about what we want to achieve, we are a family business at our heart. It's what we do. You know, we have family members working for us across our businesses in this family business. We have families being made, people meeting. I think yourself and Jordan, you know, are a testament to that, where we have families coming from our family business. And when we think about one of our goals is to continue to use the family growth that we're getting as an RG business to help the families that work for us. We know across the 4,000 people that work for us, that is a lot of families that are part of this wider group. It's a lot of families that benefit from the economic impact that our group has as we continue to grow. And it truly is at the heart. And when you say, or when your question alludes to, great, how will it help us grow? I think it really cements the way we want to grow. We want to grow with heart. We want to grow with honesty. We want to grow with tough love when needed. And that really comes from being a family. Family is one of the core values we have. It's one of our 6 that we launched as part of the 2030 vision. And when we think to what that means to us and how will it help us grow between now and 2030, for family, it's about we recognise that we're better together. We recognise that we celebrate each other and our wins, and we look out for each other along the way. You know, as someone in my role, I think if every single person that's going to be with us along the way gets behind recognising we're better together, let's celebrate our wins, and we always look out for each other, that is absolutely going to create a strong foundation for what we want to achieve heading into 2030.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think the sentiment across my peers is really consistent that the bigger we get, it doesn't feel like we're diluting this family business community that we have. And I know a lot of people in a similar position to myself that, you know, have been with the Retzos group for more than 10 years. We've worked our way through all these different positions. The FaceTime that you get with, you know, Chris, Stephen, Susie, the way that they make you feel included, it really does speak to that idea of building families within this family business. So we also launched our ESG strategy as part of the 2030 vision. Why is it so important for us to undertake these actions now?
I don't think for businesses there's ever a right time to start going after ESG. You know, for all of our listeners, it's environmental, social governance. It's traditionally something, Nadine, that is pigeonholed for publicly listed companies. And we found ourselves as an RG business having this conversation around, should we go after an ESG strategy versus could we go after an ESG strategy? And we really landed on both. Given the growing scale and impact of our business, we know we're going to continue to impact from an opportunity point of view, potentially the planet, through the way that we operate our restaurants and build them. But the flip to ESG is we're also going to impact people and community in a really positive way as well. And for us, the 2030 Together strategy, which is what we've named our ESG strategy here at RG Restaurants, that's our path. It's our absolute map between now and 2030 and all the things we want to do in that sphere of environment, social and governance. For us as an organisation, we've really popped it into 4 key buckets. You know, categories or pillars that we know we're going to have the greatest ability to impact through our growing scale, and the most important one to us is our people. That's the first pillar for us, followed by community, planet and food. And to your question that you raised a few moments ago, like why are we going after it? It's because if we lean into the vision that we spoke about at the beginning of today's chat together, to be the best people for our people really is about all those. It's about, you know, making sure we recognise that a sustainable future is great for our people, it's great for our communities, it's going to be great for our planet.
Thank you. I think for myself and a lot of people in my age bracket, this sort of stuff is really important to us. And it feels like the right thing for us to do because we do have such a big impact. We've got 4,000 people working for us. We're going to have 100 restaurants by 2030. And it's really great to see that the company we're working for is going after the same things that are important to us. So I think I was, very excited to hear a lot of the 2030 Together strategies. And I'm also patiently waiting to see how it all ends up looking like. And, that's really exciting for someone that works for RG Restaurants.
Well, absolutely stick with us. There is lots of great stuff that we want to be able to do as part of the 2030 Together wider plan. And, your comment, Nadine, around it's important to me as Nadine, I just want to echo, it's important to us as a business. It genuinely is on our agenda. We've brought it to life. We made our public commitments during the 2030 launch a few weeks ago. And over the next sort of 12 months, we will double down on the foundations that we need as we start to really ramp up in 2026, 7, 8 and beyond, how we want to tackle people, planet, food, community.
Our 2030 growth pillars outline our goal of becoming a 100 restaurant network by 2030, which is an ambitious and special journey that we're embarking on. What is the most exciting part for you?
That question I've been asked a lot over the last few weeks since we launched, and I can hand on heart say I have the same answer every single time, and that is the growth that we're going to be able to offer up to our people. I love a great new KFC as much as the next person, and I love being involved in their design and development and build. But the true strength for us as an organisation as we go from 66 to 67 to 70 to 800 is going to be the opportunities we give our people. I touched on it earlier, and I do truly believe that we offer career paths to people, and there is going to be someone listening today, hello to you out there, that is going to be running restaurant 88 and 89 and 95 and 100 one day. And that is the most exciting part for me. I know it's the most exciting part for Chris and Steve as well, that we do a lot of what we do to help people in their careers. And there's coaching and mentoring that we do every single day, but we also are in this privileged position that we can offer up true career growth through continuing to open the units over the next few years. So it's a question I've been asked a lot. You were definitely not the first. I really hope you're not the last as well. I hope we get asked that question all the time, because the answer will stay the same. It'll continue to be, we're excited for you, the person asking the question, the person who gets to become a grade 1 one day through the Learning Centre, get a new restaurant to run with a whole new team of people that you've hired from the community. That's what's exciting. And our impact and scale continues to grow as well. So, what we can achieve for our community, planet and people at 66 restaurants looks very different by the time we're 100. And those two things combined are what really gets me out of bed every single day, to see the impact that we can make on the lives of individuals that we have working for us.
That was an awesome answer, first of all. I think it's really inspiring to work in a business where that is the thing that's exciting you. It's awesome to feel that. And I know something I used to say to people that worked with me a lot when I was in restaurant is, you might leave KFC, but KFC never leaves you. All the things that we learn here, you'll take with you forever. And I think it's really exciting to know that there are leaders of our business that really want to instill the types of things that have kept me here and excited for so long to everyone else that's coming up. And that engagement's going to continue on, and that opportunity for growth personally and commercially is going to just continue with our business. It's really, really exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, we know we've got work to do in that space. But I think you recognise that's where we want to double down, and we recognise we don't hit the mark every single time. That's going to get us to where we want to get to. There's so many amazing people working in our network, or to comment, Nadine, so many amazing people that have left our network that continue to champion us from the sidelines, just like we continue to champion them as well. We have such amazing people that ran our restaurants for a long time, and they've gone off to become school teachers and nurses and other career paths that we want them to succeed. And, your comment that we're just chatting around about the growth, we also know we can give lots of skills and learnings and teachings to people that work in the restaurants, knowing that one day they will go on to achieve something else. And that's actually championed. That's not even a bad thing. We genuinely go, you know what? Get as much from us as you possibly can. Learn lots, meet lots of amazing people along the way, and look back with really fun memories.
Well, thank you, James, and thank you so much for joining me today in this very special episode about RG Restaurant's commitment to growth, community, and the values that guide us. As we continue on our journey to create unparalleled opportunities for both our team and the communities we serve, we want you to remember that every step we take together brings us closer to our vision of being the best people for our people.
Nadine, thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute treat.